All right, today we are diving into something that is, I promise you, so much more than just a recipe. We're about to create a jar of absolute liquid gold for your kitchen. This incredible honey, asiago, and garlic bread oil. Let's get right into it.
You know, the chef who created this, Tom Phuong, he paints the perfect picture of what we're going for. This whole thing isn't just about making an oil, it's really about capturing that feeling of comfort and warmth and the pure joy of a perfect loaf of bread.
So, who is the artist behind this masterpiece? Let me introduce you to Chef Tom Phuong. Now, this guy isn't just a vice chairman at the College of Trades for the culinary sector. He's also really involved with bees. I'm talking everything from harvesting honey in Toronto to working on a huge cross-Canada honeybee project. That personal connection to the ingredients, well, that's what makes his recipes something truly special.
You know, every great show needs a stellar cast, and this recipe is absolutely no exception. So let's meet the flavor all-stars that we're going to be using to create this incredible dipping oil.
Okay, the real magic here is the balance of all these amazing flavors. We're starting with a rich base of 3 cups of olive oil. Then we bring in that sweetness with the honey, a deep, savory punch from an entire bulb of pureed roasted garlic. Yes, a whole bulb. And that salty sharpness from the asiago. The peppercorn blend adds a little bit of spice, while the white balsamic and that preserved lemon rind just cut through everything with this bright, acidic finish. It's a seriously beautiful and complex profile.
All right, with our all-stars all lined up, it is time to start crafting. Now this first part, this is all about patience. We're building up layers of flavor through a really slow, really gentle infusion.
Let's walk through this. First up, you're going to gently heat your olive oil with some fresh lemon thyme. Now the goal here isn't to fry it, right? It's to coax out all those amazing, fragrant essential oils. After a few minutes, you strain it out, leaving you with this beautifully aromatic oil with no little bits floating around. Then, you mix in the rest of your core crew, the honey, the garlic, cheese, salt, and pepper. A gentle heat for about 5 minutes helps everything melt and just marry together. And finally, and this is a really key step, you kickstart the cooling process in the fridge for 10 minutes. This is what sets the stage for the real magic that's about to happen.
Okay, this next part is where the chef's expertise really shines. We're about to get into the most crucial final step and the secret that'll help you get it just right.
So, picture this. You followed all the steps, but you're looking at your pot and it's just this thick, uniform mixture. You don't see those beautiful separated layers you were hoping for. This is probably the most common little hurdle with this recipe, so what do?
Okay, here's the fix. After that initial chill, you're going to gently fold in your preserved lemon and the vinegar. Then, you just let it rest. As that honey cools down completely, it will naturally separate from the oil. But what if it stays all mixed together, emulsified? Don't worry. This is the chef's pro tip, and it's brilliant. You simply put it back in the pan, bring it to a very slow simmer, then take it off the heat and let it cool down completely, right there in the pot. That little piece of troubleshooting knowledge, that's the real game changer. And just like that, there you have it. A beautiful, complex, chef-created dipping oil. And now, of course, for the best part, actually enjoying it. So let's talk about how to serve, store, and just savor this creation. I mean, obviously, this is an absolutely incredible bread dipper. That's a given, but its potential goes so much further than that. Just imagine drizzling this over some perfectly cooked chicken to add a final layer of unbelievable flavor. Or what about tossing it with some fresh salad greens for a dressing that is anything but ordinary? It's just so versatile.
And hey, if by some miracle you actually have any of this left over, the storage couldn't be simpler. Just pop it in an airtight container in the fridge and it'll stay fresh and delicious for about 5 days.
So you haven't just learned a recipe here. You've learned a real technique for building and balancing these complex flavors, and you've even picked up a pro troubleshooting tip along the way. Now that you have the chef's secret, what are you going to transform with it?